Yeah, that's all, no, without question. He was not doing well there. Letter number 10 comes from EVH. Rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. The king of 10 fingers and 6 strings will live on forever in our hearts and memories. Very sad day, EVH. I'm also going to read number 11 because it's also a similar type of letter. Letter number 11. Dave and Dave, just wanted to pass on my sympathies to you and the entire Van Halen family. Thank you again for reigniting the passion for VH and me 2 years ago. I really fell in love with the music all over again. You guys are the best. Sincerely, Paul Davis. So, yes, to both EVH and Paul, we are all sad and grateful for the music you left us, and we are happy to reboot your Van Halen fandom, Paul, and this is kind of what we do here. So, appreciate the comments. Dave, do you have anything to say?
Nope, just everybody feels the same way, so certainly miss the guy, and long live the king.
Long live the king. Okay, letter number 12 comes from Shannon the Dude. He says here, I can't remember. Maybe you guys talked about this years back, and you for sure won't have time for it this month, but put it away for a rainy day. Ranking Why Can't This Be Love last immediately destroys the list on Vulture's 131 Van Halen songs, immediately destroys the list credibility. Shannon the Dude. Okay, so this has become a conversation between Dave and I. So Vulture came out with a story 2 years ago with the 131 songs by Van Halen listed 1 through 131, and it's done by Chuck Klosterman, who actually did that interview with Ed from 2015 where he was calling Dave out. Dave doesn't want to be my friend, this and that whole thing that became a very hot issue back then. So he did this whole listing. So now I had this discussion with Dave. I say we never discussed this list. Dave says we did. You want to take it from here, Dave?
Yeah, because in fact, I think we discussed the very item that Shannon the Dude brought up.
Really?
Because I swear, now maybe we talked about this on the phone and we didn't talk about this on the podcast. I can't believe we would not have spoken about this on the podcast, and I just haven't gone back to the 2018 recordings and listened to them.
Well,
but I swear we went over this list.
Well, I tell you, I was going by the podcast. I don't remember ever discussing this list, and I'll tell you why, because there's stuff on here that I cannot believe. It's the first time I've seen this. Like, for example, it lists 131 Van Halen songs. So, like, every song from every album, this including cover songs, which I don't even count as Van Halen songs. They're cover songs, but it doesn't matter. This is how the list was made. The 131st is Why Can't This Be Love, which is ridiculous. Okay, and like Shannon
Which is
said,
what you said 2 years ago.
Okay, well, the thing was, Dave wanted to have a bet about this. We decided that the listeners would make up the terms. However, I really don't think this is on the podcast. Now, you're skirting things out a little bit here. You're saying, oh, it was a private conversation. I don't know about it.
I will still say we spoke about it on the podcast.
Okay.
Just to keep the original intent.
You know who's going to go digging for it.
Midwest fucking Ron.
Right. Just to give you a quick couple of highlights of this list, number 130 is Tattoo, okay? From 121 to 127 are songs from Van Halen 3. That's to be expected. You got Can't Get This Stuff No More at 120. Strung Out makes it to 110. That's insane. Doing Time, 116. Me Wise Magic, 104. Secrets, Dave, your favorite, number 72. Sinner Swing, number 70. She's the Woman makes it to 63. Number 58, Right Now. How is Right Now at 58? You got to be kidding me. Come on. And above that is Big Bad Bill is above Right Now. I mean, come on. They didn't even write that song. Number 49, Finish What You Started. And ahead of that is Ballot or the Bullet from Van Halen 3. Then you got something incredible like Cathedral only makes it to 45. Pound Cake, 35. Everybody Wants Some is 36. But Love Walks In is 32? I mean, come on. And then you're below Love Walks In. Ready for this? Atomic Punk and On Fire. I'm on fire just sitting here reading this. Dave, this really unlegitimizes it. Number 25. Number 25. Ain't Talking About Love. I mean, you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. I'm the One, number 24. Yet they'll put Where Are All the Good Times Gone at number 17. And then right above that Jump only makes it to 16. But Humans Being At 15, a headed jump. I mean, what the hell? Cabo Wabo is
no.
bigger?
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with humans being.
Oh
being
yeah.
headed
Are you
jump.
fine with Cabo Wabo being ahead of both of them? Come on.
Probably not.
Yeah, look at you. And I'm just going to read quickly.
Look at me. Look at Deja Vu. Isn't this the podcast I told you
You get out of here.
about a year or two?
And if you're gonna sing Deja Vu,
You don't remember me, but I remember you.
This guy's been
complaining back then. Deja Vu.
Oh, listen to you. You should sing "Take Me Back." You're gonna sing.
Oh
on
yeah,
this
she's done the
podcast.
Van Halen version instead of the Dionne Warwick
Wanna
one,
be
right?
there with you. All right, so listen. Now I'm going to read the top 10, and I just want your comments on that. Number 10,
Okay.
5150. Number 9, Romeo Delight. Romeo Delight. Number 8, Running with the Devil. Number 7, You Really Got Me. Number 6, Hot for Teacher. Number 5, DOA. Number 4, Panama. Number 3, Dance the Night Away. Number 2, Unchained. And number 1, Eruption. So what do you make of that top 10, Dave?
Well, all debatable, but really all solid choices.
Yeah, but come on. I mean, you don't have Ain't Talking About Love up there? I mean, are you kidding me?
Well, I am not as big a fan of that song as others, so I don't have a problem with that song not being in the top 10.
Oh, this guy. He's always got an answer.
This guy. Hey,
He's
you know
always
what?
got
You
an
know what?
answer.
Chuck is off by one. You know what song is missing from that list?
What's that?
Crossing Over.
Yes, but I guess he doesn't look at it as an official release. I thought
Well,
about that, too.
Come on now.
Well-
Come on now. It was a B-side. It was still a B-side. He probably didn't have,
He
was
probably
only looking
doesn't
at
know it
albums.
exists. How you like that?
Well, I'll give Chuck
Well,
the
I tell you
benefit
what,
of the-
I've been trying to get him on the podcast.
I would love to talk to him.
I would love
He'd probably
to talk
be
to
a
him.
hoot to talk to.
I'm sure he would. So we'll see if he comes on. Well, we're gonna try, Shannon. We're gonna just for you. Want to make sure you feel comfortable and nice and cozy. All right.
Well, I
so-
hope they put this list out in another 2 years so we can talk about it.
Exactly. Letter number 13 comes from Alan Cullen, and he's calling all the way from jolly old England, Dave. And he tells me not to put on a Dick Van Dyke accent, but that he's more of a middle-aged Irishman, so he's more of a Colin Farrell accent, Dave. Ah, right there.
Nice to see you not disappoint.
Mr. Alan Cullen. He says, I've been a fan of the podcast since 2017 and I look forward to it dropping at the end of each month. I recently bought the fuck album on vinyl on eBay and I've been trying to buy Balance for years and it's been going for huge money. Seeing how popular the vinyl has become, I don't understand how the band hasn't reissued its records, which are extremely rare on vinyl. Will we ever get Balance or Van Halen 3 on vinyl? We might get some on Record Store Day, some special editions. And I've seen Dave's solo, and I've seen Chickenfoot live, but I've never seen Van Halen. I want you to tell you to keep up the excellent quality of the pods, and keep safe, guys. Alan Cullen. There you go, Alan. That's as best as I can do in terms of the...
That was pretty good.
You
That
like
was pretty
that?
impressive, actually.
Yeah, well, it's, you're always turned on by Irishmen, so I know how excited you probably are right now, which is good.
No, that's Scottish.
Oh,
Stop getting it wrong.
All right.
You know both of them hate to be compared to each other.
You're right.
Come on now.
All right.
But seriously, those later era Van Halen albums are tough to find on vinyl because
It's incredible.
that was at the end of vinyl, the vinyl run.
Yeah.
And I think some of those albums, like For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge and Balance, one of them I think was only available in vinyl in Germany or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I tell you,
they're
I sent him...
really, really tough to find.
I actually sent Alan a photo of Van Halen 3 on vinyl. I actually found it. Like an actual, out of the sleeve, the whole deal. But they go for $400. I mean, he's like, my wife will kill me. It's what he said back to me. So I have to be honest with you. I have a feeling that Eddie's passing, though, might make some of these more available sooner than later. I think you'll see vinyl come out before you'll see any rarities come out. Because that's easy to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against you.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. But On to letter number 14, and that letter comes from Stephen Halmarick from Sydney, Australia, Dave. My God, they're all over the globe. And he says that Van Halen and Eddie were a huge part of his life since he first heard 1984, back when he was 20 years old. And he says for his 50th birthday party a few years back, he had a hard rock 80s, 70s theme, and they had a live band. And he says dressed up as David Lee Roth and sang Jump, which was fun. And he said he had the privilege of seeing Van Halen in concert 4 times, twice in Australia, twice in Dallas in September of 2015, which was an absolute highlight for him. As it turns out, it was one of the last shows they ever played. I will treasure that show in my memory forever and be grateful that Eddie and his music were in my world. Eddie's legacy will live on forever. That was from Stephen Halmerick. I tell you, Van Halen did not get to Australia much, did they? Glad you came to the U.S. to see him for the last tour, Stephen, because that was a smart move, for sure. You have anything to say, Dave, to Stephen?
Hindsight's always 20/20, but yeah, good move. And wow, that's quite a trip to make too. You got to be a dedicated fan to do that.
Oh, for sure.
My hat's off to you, sir.
Hats off to you. Number 15 comes from Dave Moses, the fourth Dave. He says, the saddest possible news. Ed was my entire inspiration for playing guitar, and I can't believe the world is without him. No more new ideas from his genius mind. And I receive many texts all day with heartfelt wishes, and I thank you, Ed, for so much joy and inspiration. And that comes from Dave Moses. Dave's a regular writer into the show. We certainly share those sentiments for sure. And he also gave us a photo of a Van Halen Viewmaster. You remember Viewmasters, Dave? Back when we were little, you could put the little disc in and watch all the little pictures go by.
I do.
Yeah, Dave, when he was a kid, he had the X-rated Viewmaster. He used to watch all the Playboy girls on there, if I remember correctly. You remember that?
Oh, didn't you want to buy that off of me for like $10,000?
I didn't say to bring that up on the air, did I?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I conveniently forget about
exactly.
that?
I think you did. Letter number 16 comes from Jason Marsh, and he says, hey guys, Jason Marsh from Spokane Valley, Washington. Just wanted to say thank you for putting out the Eddie Van Halen tribute episode. It was much needed. I tried listening to Van Halen a couple of hours after I heard the news. I got through Running with the Devil, and when the second song, Little Guitar, started, tears came down my face. Turned it off. I just wanted to say thank you to all you guys. R.I.P. Eddie Van Halen. You will never be forgotten, Jason Marsh. That's for sure. Listening to the music does help, I think. It helps heal. It encourages that Eddie's legacy lives on through the music. So we encourage everybody to listen. That, I think, is key. Don't you think, Dave?
I do. I find some people find it therapeutic, and other people have trouble listening to it because it reminds them of that. I've read about it going both ways for people.
Well, you know a lot about going both ways.
Whatever works for you,
That's right.
All right. Enough. Can you go maybe 5 minutes without a reference like that?
Yes, sir.
Please.
I will go on to letter number 17. Comes from Cactus Pete Martins from Gilbert, Arizona. And he says, wow, absolutely floored. It's weird in a way to feel such legit sorrow and sadness for a person I've never met yet spent so much time with. I listened to Van Halen through some tough years during my dad's cancer treatments, and you really tend to lose yourself in the music. It doesn't matter which era of Van Halen you prefer. The power of Eddie and the band had to bring people together for different ethnicities, age groups, political beliefs, and the music always proved to be stronger and blend our differences to bring all of them together for the common good. Such a legend, he will be missed by millions, but will be with us when we play his music. Keep the show going, and I look forward to it every month. Rest in harmony, Ed. Cactus Pete Martins. Well, Pete, that's for sure. The love for Ed just keeps pouring out, and we appreciate hearing from everybody. That also goes on to our next letter from Air Force J in Half Moon Bay, Dave, and he had a little poem here I wanted to read, I'm going to read it right now. He says, right now, the world is suffering because 2020 won't cut us a break. Right now, MTV is, or respectfully should be, remembering one of the two most critical, important music entities that propelled the station to success in the 80s. MJ is the other. Right now, fans are remembering the first and last times they heard and saw Van Halen. Right now, Eruption and or Jump just might be receiving more airplay on classic rock radio than Stairway to Heaven. Right now, I am hating the fact that Eddie never performed again with Sam and Mike. Right now, truly, the dream is over. No great reunion for all versions of Van Halen. Right now, I'm recalling the question I asked Dave and Dave last year concerning the music after Ed is unfortunately gone. Right now, there isn't a single Van Halen fan who ain't talking about love.